I'm on top, this ain't even my peak. And everything they said was out of my reach. Let's get this so close now. Did it all for the hometown. Time all year, we ain't skipped the boat.
Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Series 31 Jimmy Uso. Here we have Jimmy Uso in the packaging. As you can see, it says it includes shirt and necklace. He is wearing the necklace right now, and his Uso shirt is right here. On the side we have a nice picture of Jimmy. And then on the back we have a nice little read-up. Jimmy and his twin brother Jay descend from a line of ring royalty that includes their father Rikishi and WWE Hall of Famer great uncles, the Wild Samoans. The duos hit the WWE scene in May 2010 with an attack on the Hart family on Raw. The brothers lost to the Harts in a 6-person tag team match in a Fatal 4 2010, but beat them on Raw. The Usos also tried to take the unified tag team champions from the Harts at Money in the Bank 2010, but were unsuccessful. In 2011, the brothers were drafted to SmackDown, which began their rivalry against the Core. Their relentless tag team efforts finally bore fruit when they defeated the New Age Outlaws for the WWE Tag Team Championship on March 3rd, 2014. It cemented their place in both their family's rich legacy and WWE history. And we have a nice picture of Jimmy Uso. Other figures in this series include Jey Uso, Kane, Dean Ambrose, The Rock, and Vader. Really happy I have them in packaging, so what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get them posed and open up, and we'll go on to the rest of the review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Jimmy Uso posed and out of the packaging. Now before we get on to him, he did come with 2 accessories, which I might add, it's a pain to get them on and off of this figure. Let's actually go on to this first one, which is his necklace. It's just a black piece of plastic, but it looks nice, I suppose. But yeah, this is a real big pain to get on and off his head, and it just doesn't look right with the shirt on either. And the shirt is his other accessory, and if we can move the camera back a bit, so we can... The shirt is, again, a pain to put on and off. It does use the new clip system, you know, the double tabs, so you don't have to struggle with the little 3-tab, but his hair makes it really difficult to get this shirt on and off of him, and let's see if I can't do it on camera here. As you can see, the hair makes it really difficult, and I just basically forced it off his head, and I don't want to do that too often because this might stretch and tear, so you don't want to do that too often. And it's the same thing with his necklace. You gotta like weave it in his hair like that and up and over his head, and it's just a lot to deal with, and I would prefer not doing it too much. But here we have his shirt. It is the Usos shirt. It does say, we say Us, you say O, Us, O. So it's a really nice shirt. It's really well done. The paint applications are really nice, and his little necklace got stuck on my arm, and it was really hurting, but phenomenal details on it. I think this was my favorite shirt that the Usos had. So let's zoom that out, so we can go on to... Did I say Jay or Jimmy? Because this is Jimmy. I hope I've been saying Jimmy. Otherwise, oh well, I'm going to have to go back and fix everything. But here we have Jimmy Uso out of the packaging. Actually, now I don't even know if he is Jimmy, but we'll just say he is Jimmy for the sake of this review. Okay, going on to some of his detail, I don't even know where to start. Let's start at the head. The head is always a good place to start. I don't know how I feel about the tongue sticking out. Like, I've never been a fan of yelling or screaming expressions, and expressions where the tongue is just sticking out, I'm not a fan of. He is sporting his undercut, which they gave him sideburns, which I think that's accurate. It looks like one eye is closed, it looks like he's yawning a lot. Can you see that? Like he's yawning, like his opponents bore him. But like I said, he is rocking his undercut, which is nice. The paint application on his face, it's acceptable. You can see just a slight spot right here where it just doesn't quite match, but still a really good painted job. And then we move down to his faith tattoo. Faith? That's what it says, right? But it's missing an I. So maybe it says faith? Faith? Maybe? I'm going to say it says faith, but I don't know. But moving down to his Samoan tattoo and his black wrist tape. On the other side we have a really nice, intricate, detailed Samoan tattoo. Now this was before they got the tattoo going all the way up to their chest, so the elite figures don't have it. But it's done really well. You can see he is sporting the little chunkier body, which is accurate. It says day 1. And then Usos, him and his brother spray painting it. Of course, they have the little towel, which is... Wow, I'm actually surprised that it's... The green is actually painted on while the plastic is actually pink. That surprised me a little. And then he is sporting his boots with that look taped with the not yellow but white trimming. So overall, really nice figure. I'm liking this Uso. Okay, so we can go on to his articulation. He does have the standard elite articulation. He has a ball jointed head. He can look up and down, slightly limited due to his hair and the sculpt of the body. He does spin left and right. Some really slight head bobble. Can't really bobble his head much. Arms on a ball joint go out. Do a full 360. He spins at the bicep, which is... This one's a tight joint. Let's see if... Oh, that's even tighter. It doesn't even want to spin on me. Oh, there we go. But yeah, he spins at both biceps. Bend in the elbow, single joint. Spins and bends at the wrist. He has an ab crunch, which... Okay, there we go. It seems to get stuck going backwards, but it does go... Not the greatest range, but I like it. It works. Waist swivel. Legs go forward, back, and out pretty far. He spins at the thigh. He is double jointed in the knee. However, the way his legs are sculpted, let's see if I can't explain it a little better. His legs are sculpted to the point where you can't really utilize this joint fully. Like you can move that part up, but then it's limited, so it has the effects of a single knee joint, which I don't know if that's going to be a problem posing. It probably will be, but oh well. Going on, he does have a swivel at the boot, which the white paint is on his calf, not the boot itself. He has... I really do love that these are tight ankles, but I hate it as well. But it's full range of movement in his ankles, and he even has pivot. Let's see if... Yeah, he has pivot in both his ankles, and it's really noticeable. So, really nice figure. I'm glad I picked him up. I do have his brother. His review is probably going to go up along with his. But what I'm going to do now is get him posed up and move on to my final thoughts. Then we'll wrap up this review, so sit tight, everyone. And here we have Jimmy Uso posed for my final thoughts. He is doing somewhat of the Siva TOO, his Samoan war dance. And as you can see, you can actually get him into the Siva TOO pose. You just can't do it with the shirt on, unfortunately, because the shirt is a really hard rubber. If it had been a soft goods shirt, you could be able to do it, but unfortunately, that isn't the case. Now, I found my Jimmy Uso at Target for about $20. That's what you're going to pay for them. At the time I picked him up, Elite 31 is pretty much non-existent in stores, so you're probably going to have to go online and pick them up at retail, or like an online retail, because you're probably not going to find them in stores. If you can get hold of Jimmy, you're going to need to get hold of Jay, which they can run you about $50 with shipping together. If you still need the Usos, this is their only Elite release. So Is it worth it? I think so. It is probably my favorite Uso attire. If they came out with a red one, I would definitely pay for that one. But overall, I do like this figure. A soft goods shirt would have gone a long way. That's all I'm going to say. And this is King of Dragons 5000 saying I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.